When it comes to ranking up in Rocket League, one of the biggest challenges is switching how you think about the game. For example, the way a Platinum player thinks about the game is completely different than the way a Grand Champ thinks about the game. So if you want to be able to rank up and reach that higher level, you need to be switching up how you think about the game as early as possible. Because if you can make decisions like a higher rated player, you have a much better chance of achieving that higher rank. So in today's video, we'll be discussing how you can think like a Grand Champion. And real quick before we do get started, if any of you are interested in having one of your own replays analyzed, feel free to check out my Discord, which will be linked down in the description, as I do offer free coaching through there. Okay, yeah, this is gonna make things a bit awkward. So, number one, I'm never a fan of turning parallel with your teammates. And here's the reason why. So you're already turning upfield here. Now, granted, I agree. Your teammate probably has this win. I don't see this guy getting this block at all. I don't think that's gonna happen. However, you turning upfield super aggressively here, what it's gonna mean is that when your teammate gets back in control of this ball, because obviously you know this ball isn't really going to get to you from over here, so you know you're waiting to see what your teammate does. Because you're in a position like this, if your teammate wanted to go for some kind of pass, what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to shoot the ball to you like this. Because in order for you to be able to maintain your momentum and actually run onto this ball effectively, he needs to send it in front of you. But the problem with something like this is that your opponent is right over there watching this, and if the ball is getting closer to him, he has an easier time coming to challenge. Instead, if we want to possibly play for the possible pass, we should be just a little bit further back. Because from back here, now our teammate, if he does want to go for the pass, would be able to just send the ball directly sideways.
So my thought was, I was trying to like make myself visible for him, and that what happened next kind of just happened. Like, yeah, so I was a little far because I was trying to be in his field of view.
Yeah, my mentality in twos is I don't want to go for this kind of thing unless it's not going to be super obvious to my opponents that it's happening. Especially in this kind of position, if you're a little bit further back, yes, your teammate might not see you, but then he knows that he also has the 1v1. And then you can just play off that. Like, let him take this 1v1 and then play off of it. Because you guys have a 2v1 here, so don't try to force yourself into the play, because it's very obvious that he still wants to play this ball. But now because you're here, you're literally directly in his way. So he can't continue to play the ball, and you're forced to cut him off. But if you were a little bit further back, he would now be able to catch this ball again and cut it back upfield. And now we'd have a very, very good opportunity to score. Rather than this, where you just bang the ball directly back to your opponents for free.
Probably could grab boost there somehow.
Yep, exactly.
So this is just not great.
This is just awareness. You kind of get baited into just trying to, again, you want to move upfield as quickly as possible. It's the only reason you're just kind of going here. When you spawn here, all you need to know is there's 3 pads directly this way. Because it's that little horseshoe around the net there. Now we get this one and this one, at least. Because again, there's really no reason for us to be diving up the field as quickly as possible. So we have time. Grab this one, this one. You could probably even grab this one. And you'd be like in this rough same spot. Maybe you'd be here around now because you're aiming for them. But now you'd have a lot more boost. You could get this one too. And now this is where this is going to become really useful, because you're about to get scored on here. And I'll let this play forward, because you're about to give up a goal from this unfortunate touch. Which
very horrible touch.
Yeah, those are always the worst feeling, because you're like, oh, free ball for them, yay! Because the reason this touch gets so much more awkward is because you don't have the boost to play the ball initially, so you have to go get that mid boost, and then when you turn up the wall, the ball is just coming directly at you, as opposed to you being a little bit behind where the ball is going to show up, and then you'd be able to play that a bit more effectively. So if you had gotten all those pads in the midfield and had been sitting on like 60 boost here, now you could swing over and like, all right, cool, this ball is going this way. Rather than having to play for that mid boost, you'd still be on like 60. You could swing around back this way and then wait to make sure that you're not going to get beat, because you going here, it's possible he just clears this ball directly over your head, which is also dangerous. But if you're back here, you're good. But then you could just actually move on to the wall knowing where that ball is going and actually get the touch you want, as opposed to this, which is obviously just super awkward.
Yeah. That's very silly.
Yeah, this is some awkward positioning for sure. So this is again another moment where I think we're moving a little bit too far forward. So you flip out. This is fine. Instead of turning to the left here, my teammate's already over here, right? Like, there's nothing. He's probably going to turn on this ball. Or this guy is going to be playing it anyway, so I don't really want to enter this area because all that's going to do is give them an opportunity to play the ball over me. So my movement here would probably look a bit more like this. Let me just go back a sec. So where are you? Here you come. You pinch this, you land. I'm just going to immediately drive back down the wall and go here to this pad. And then I'm going to see whether it's more advantageous to take that pad over there or to take, you know, another pad back this way. So I probably would have grabbed this one. I probably would have moved to the middle, like to around here. I'm not going to flip, though, because I don't know where this play is going, and I don't want to flip too far away. So I'd probably just be chilling around here, just still waiting, not encroaching on anything. I'll just still be driving this way. And now that my teammate has a free ball, I'll start to turn into the middle. But now I'm in a position where I can actually be effective, as opposed to being directly behind my teammate, where you're not really able to do a whole lot of anything. Because now from here, I could go for this if I wanted to. If teammate jumps, that's fine. I can still just be waiting in this kind of position, which is way better than the ball going over your head from all the way down here. So just try to avoid the spot where your teammate already is. If you see your teammate in a general area, it's best to stay out of that general area, unless it's super obvious that your teammate's leaving the play. And then right here, you're going to get scored on again. Yeah.
I wasn't really... This one was a real head scratcher for me. I don't know. Because I did not even see him coming, like, at all.
So,
I didn't see him jump.
What I generally do in these kinds of positions, right, is, okay, teammate wins the ball. As I'm moving towards this, I need to know where both of these opponents are. Because I see, you know, this guy here, and I know this guy's here. I can see that. You're gonna beat this guy, no problem. I need to be concerned about this guy, and what he's probably going to expect even from this kind of position is for you to cut the ball towards the net. Because currently it's open. So like everyone thinks, all right, let me just try to play the ball towards the net as fast as possible. And that's the best chance to score. What I would argue here is instead of taking the ball that way, where it's going to be really hard for you to gain any kind of power, any kind of speed before this guy can just jump on in going at full pace, look for the open space because this guy is going to be coming back this way. So your open space is over here. So don't be afraid you don't necessarily need to play the ball towards the net with all your touches. You can easily just play the ball towards the sidewall, grab this boost should you use a bit of this, and then just control the ball up the wall from there. Because if you go there, this guy's going to be coming back, this guy's going to be dead stopped here, no one's going to beat you to that wall. You're going to have that wall pretty much for free, but instead you try to force the ball back towards the net. And you can see both players are facing into the middle of the field right now. So if you just went to the wall, you're probably going to have that for free as long as you get enough power on it. Instead of that, where you just hit it back in the direction he's expecting and he can just attack it going at full pace. Oh.
I don't like that.
Oh, yeah, neither do I. Teammate makes a great save. So, with this, I think you just have a bit of weird hesitation on the back line here. And it starts with this. So, as this touch comes out, like, the big question always is, we don't know where it's going to bounce off this corner. It could realistically bounce a whole bunch of different places. Obviously, it's very confusing to try to read bounces off the corner. But what's going to happen is instead of giving yourself space to be able to wait to see the bounce and then attack wherever you need to go, you're going to kind of just shade like this. And it means that you kind of just have to wait here and just come to a dead stop while facing, you know, that way. And then whatever happens, you try to make a play from there. This guy's realistically not going to be able to get back to the ball all that easily. I would swing a little bit further out wide towards your net again. Not far, but just a little bit to make this a little bit easier. Because if you had just done like this, now you're fine. Because now you have a play directly back out into the corner. You can drive up the backboard and play it out that way. The problem you get yourself in is the ball is almost directly above your head. So now playing it back out into the corner is a little difficult. And you have to make this touch, which is just absolutely horrible. Because this 100% should be a goal. You got super lucky that it's not, but yeah. Don't be afraid to take a little bit more time. Yes, the ball's in your half, and you're probably worried about getting beat. You don't need to encroach on the ball and make life more difficult for yourself. It's okay to take a little bit more time. And you can know that just by watching that opponent. Because he's like, he's jumping in, like, yeah, he lands on the wall, but he doesn't land well. And even if he does land well from over here, you still have a chance to challenge the ball. Like, you're still fine. You just don't want to be putting yourself in a spot where your only option is to make a really subpar touch. Yeah. That puts your team in a really bad spot. Oh, no. I remember. Yeah. Oh, pain.
Yeah, that. This game hurt me. That's why I submitted it.
I love the name. Probably a good game to review, I believe was the name. And I'm like, oh, that's fun. Okay. So this kind of goes back to rotation. So you're gonna get caught being panicky here. As soon as you see this situation, you're chilling. He is out of the play. He's all the way back here. Your teammate has a free ball.
Yep.
Just go like this way. Try to get like this pad if they want to spawn, and then just swing back behind your teammate and wait to see what happens. Don't commit to the near post because it's just gonna again put you in a very similar spot as your teammate. And now if like that guy were to challenge and this ball goes to the backboard, good luck with that one.
Yeah.
But if you were back, you know, over here, this is fine. You could like start to creep out. Maybe this pad spawns, you know, now you can move out to here. But you don't want to be this close because your teammate was in control of that ball, but I have no idea where that thing was going. Like, it's so awkward over there that I don't want to commit in any specific spot because I don't know what's actually going on. And at least here, I have everything covered, so when my teammate does this, I can now attack it now if I wanted to, instead of being, you know, up here. Yeah, you just gotta be wary of, like, any awkward play you don't want to be super close to. Because if you can't tell exactly where the ball is gonna go, more than likely it's gonna end up somewhere that's gonna just take you out of the play completely. As it does here. Yeah, this is a bit awkward because we're on 0 boost this entire time.
Yeah.
So how exactly have we gotten ourselves into this position? Okay. Yeah, so again...
Oh, I use it all!
It's also this positioning.
Yeah.
You're again parallel with your teammate, and okay, this is where this gets really problematic, right? So you're both on basically this line. This is about the depth of you and your teammate. So the problem with this is that you kind of have to take a 50-50 as to where this ball is going. Is it going to go this way? Is it going to go this way? You have to pick one. Because otherwise you're just going to get beat to both. So you end up committing back this way a little bit, which means when the ball pops out this way, you have to do this whole like big chase thing where you just run all the way back around to try to apply pressure. Instead of this is going to be all about that positioning again. So you come back, you get that challenge. You miss it. This ball's into the corner. There is really no reason to move into this midfield area. Your teammate's not on the ball yet. He's still facing backwards into the net. I'm just staying back here. Okay, teammate's going. That's fine. Really? I'll still be over here. Well, yeah, because what am I doing up there? Nothing.
I don't know. Boost pads.
There's
not that it made a difference.
There's a boost pad right here.
Yeah,
and you still had like 50 boosts. You didn't need a ton of pads.
That's true.
But if you were back here, now look at this. You have a chance. You can actually attack this ball because you'd still be facing this way, ready to go. You even have the pass to your teammate if you wanted, but because you just started going backwards, now you have to try to turn around as the ball is fighting across this way, and now you can't reach it. So instead of just having a ball you could challenge immediately, you have to wait. And now you're going to burn all your boost trying to chase the ball down, instead of being in a spot where the ball was most likely to go. So the biggest thing when it comes to positioning is you need a position for where the ball is going to go, not where the ball is now. So this entire play, like the ball right now is over there. So that might be one reason that we might move out this way, because we see the ball over there and we're like, all right, we're going to move down the field. The problem is there's a 50 coming. So I don't really want a position for one possibility. I want a position for the ball to go any which way. And from back here, if the ball goes to the corner, I got that. If the ball stays in this area, I got that. If the ball goes to the midfield, I got that. I have everything. From up here, You're restricted because you have to wait for that guy to hit the ball, and now you're facing backwards. Instead of being able to just react to that poor touch and take advantage of it. Because, yeah, this is
really
obviously...
interesting to me, like how you can be, like, farther from... panicking. Very panic.
I was gonna say, that has to be the first time I've ever seen someone accidentally backflip while trying to front flip. That's a new one. That's a new one for sure.
Yeah, it's really interesting how you can be like farther from the ball and still be closer to the play.
Yeah, it goes back to that whole idea of wanting to play fast, right? Like players think, if I just go quickly into a spot, I'll be playing fast. But the problem is, and we're gonna see it right here. Like, yeah, you're moving fast, but watch what happens. This ball gets tapped slightly behind you now, and now you just have to hit the brakes and turn around. Like, and now even if your teammate got the best touch into the midfield, you're not in position to go for it. You can't. But if you had moved slower up the field, and we're still in this area, now, when that happens, you could just, dive straight. Positioning is all about putting yourself in a spot to be able to capitalize on wherever that ball could go as fast as possible. That's the big thing. It's just being in a spot where no matter what happens, you will have a chance to attack the ball. Decent control. I don't mind that. You're just pressuring the whole way, but then,
very bad first touch, and it just...
Yeah, it goes back to the same thing of don't take the shortest path to the ball. So number one, as you work back here, I would check to see where your teammate is. Like, before you fully commit to this, toggle ball cam off just for a half second to see if he's working that direction. Because if your teammate is already committing this way, don't do that, because it's just going to confuse things and leave him in an awkward spot. But I'm assuming he's not, because I don't even hear him, so this is probably fine. And this is fine as well, just applying the pressure. Right here, you don't need to take the first touch you can get. I know you want to go fast. Again, make this easier for yourself, though. There's no pressure on you. Just swing out a little bit wider and actually play into the corner. Again, you're going to go up as early as you can, and it means that you're kind of meeting this ball as it crosses your path, rather than being able to play into the ball. This makes a big difference. You're kind of forcing yourself to make a touch before you really want to. Make life easy for yourself. Because even if you get the perfect touch here, you're on your own corner wall. I don't think you're scoring from here. With that in mind, so obviously you could have made this a lot easier, should have gone a bit wider, and you would have been fine. This goes back to, again, just don't force anything. Your objective now that this thing is going directly towards the midfield is just get a 50 with your opponent so this thing doesn't go directly into your net. Because with 20 seconds, you still have a chance as long as you don't give up another goal. But you just don't really commit to staying with the ball. You kind of just rotate under it, and you just kind of keep hitting it forward. At this point, you just need to keep your car behind it over here as much as possible, and just get a 50 with this guy where it goes anywhere that's not this way. Literally anywhere will be fine. Just don't get into this situation where you're just hitting the ball away from yourself and giving up a completely free touch. As you guys can see, there's always a lot of little things that you can do better throughout a game of Rocket League. If you position slightly better, make a slightly better decision, your team is all of a sudden in a much better position to be successful. So make sure in your guys' own games you really take the time to think through what is going on the field to make sure you're putting yourself in the most successful position you can. Of course, thank you everybody so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you who made it to this point in the video, and I do hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, make sure you click that subscribe button right down below, so you make sure you don't miss any future Rocket League content. Additionally, once again, if you're interested in some one-on-one coaching, or perhaps you just like to be a bit more involved in the community we're building here, feel free to join my Discord, which is again linked down in the description. And as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. See you later, guys.